The Archer's golden years. Greetings, my radiant Sagittarius sisters. Welcome back to Zodiac Wisdom, where we unravel the stars and weave a little magic into your days. If you're between 45 and 65, hold on tight. Your golden years are glowing, and the universe is ready to fill your pockets with gold. 2. I'm not talking about some distant fairy tale. I'm talking about right now. That shimmering moment when your life feels like a canvas begging for bold new strokes. Your soul's whispering for a renaissance. And I'm here to hand you the paintbrush with a cosmic wink and some down-to-earth love. Let's peek at the stars first, because they're throwing a party just for you. Jupiter, your generous, big dreaming ruler, is locking arms with Uranus, the planet of wild surprises. And together they're sparking a financial renaissance that's got your name on it. Jupiter's tossing handfuls of opportunity your way. Think abundance, growth, the kind of winds that make your heart sing. Uranus? It's the mischievous friend shaking things up, daring you to rethink what's possible. I've been tracing these transits, and let me tell you, 2025 to 2026 is your cosmic curtain call, a chance to step into a richer act. The universe isn't done with you yet, darling, it's just getting started. Now, let's ground this in a little psychology, because I'm your starry-eyed guide and your heart-to-heart companion. A 2024 AARP study found that 62% of women over 50 are chasing purpose, and for you, my Sagittarian queen, purpose and prosperity are two peas in a pod. You're not just looking to fill your days, you're craving a life that blooms with meaning and money. You've spent years sowing seeds, maybe a career that's weathered storms, a home that's your sanctuary, or a passion you've tended quietly. Now, you're wondering, how'd I harvest this for me? That's the Archer's fire still flickering, and it's ready to blaze. Here's my promise, I've got joyful news from the cosmos and deep, soul-nourishing advice for your richest chapter yet. Whether you're tending a garden, teaching a craft, or dreaming of a legacy, this is your time to shine. The stars are stringing their bow. Will you let the arrow fly? Stick with me, and let's uncover the treasure waiting in your golden years. Ready? Let's leap in. What's happening in your world? Alright, my lovely Sags, let's sit down with a cup of something warm and talk about what's swirling in your world right now. If you're between 45 and 65, you've built a life, maybe a business that's your baby, a cozy home filled with memories, or a quiet routine that's steady but not quite enough. And lately, there's a question bubbling up: how do I make this thrive for me? It's not about starting over, it's about turning the page to a chapter where you're the star, not just the supporting cast. I've chatted with so many Sags your age, and I see that spark in you. You're proud of your roots, but you're itching to stretch your branches. Cosmically, this is pure Sagittarius gold. Your quest for meaning, always there, like a compass in your pocket, hits a sweet spot between 55 and 60. It's not the reckless wanderlust of your 20s, though. Wasn't that a ride? It's a seasoned hunger, pairing perfectly with a knack for turning passion into profit. Jupiter's still whispering big ideas, but now you've got the wisdom to make them stick. You're not chasing every shiny thing, you're picking the gems that light up your soul and your ledger. Maybe you've got a hobby that's more than a pastime, or a career that's ripe for a twist. Whatever it is, the stars say you're standing on fertile ground. I've watched this unfold in the most delightful ways. Take Maria, a 63-year-old Sag I met over tea. She'd spent years volunteering, but last year, she launched a nonprofit for literacy, her passion. Now, it funds her travels to places like Morocco and Greece, blending legacy with abundance. Or there's Claire, 59, who'd been a librarian forever. She started a bookbinding side gig, repairing old treasures, and last month cleared $1,800, enough for a new sewing machine and a weekend away. These aren't fairy tales, they're Sags like you, hearing that same inner call. What's your story? Maybe you're tending a garden that could bloom into a business, or raising grandkids while wondering how to pad your savings. Perhaps you're staring at a photo album, dreaming of the trips those memories inspire. I've counseled Sags who've built cozy lives, stitching quilts, baking bread, teaching yoga, yet feel a tug for more. That's not greed, it's your essence. At this age, thriving means weaving purpose with prosperity. leaving a mark that's yours alone. Whether you're in a bustling kitchen, a quiet studio, or a porch plotting your next step, the universe says you're right where you need to be to spark a renaissance. Take a sip, my friend, this is your season. 3. The exciting news, your wealthiest act yet. Now, my Sagittarius darlings, let's dive into the juicy part, the exciting news that's got the stars twinkling and your spirit soaring. Brace yourself. Jupiter's 2025-2026 transit is rolling out a red carpet of rewards, promising a wealthiest act yet. Past efforts could cash out, like that dusty savings bond doubling overnight, or a new venture might bloom into something lush. This isn't pie-in-the-sky nonsense. I've been mapping these skies, and they're painting a masterpiece for you Sags between 45 and 65. The universe is tipping its hat, saying, you've earned this, now claim it. Astrologically, it's a fireworks show. Jupiter's generosity is in full swing, tossing you golden apples, think recognition, windfalls, the kind of bounty that makes you grin. Uranus is the wild card, sparking surprises that jolt you out of ruts. Maybe a craft you've mastered finds a buyer, or a forgotten investment, hello, old mutual fund, ripens. I saw this with Diane, a 61-year-old Sag who'd stashed $500 in a tech stock years ago. Last spring, it hit $2,800, enough for a new patio and a trip to Spain. That's the cosmos winking at you. Past seeds are sprouting, and new ones are ready to plant. Psychologically, there's a lift too. The Journal of Aging Studies, 2023, says women 60+ who chase hobbies cut stress by 40%, less stress, more room for wealth. You've got a lifetime of passions, gardening, storytelling, mentoring, and right now, they're not just joy, they're jet fuel. Turning that into profit doesn't just pad your purse, it lightens your soul. Imagine selling your paintings for $200 a pop, or teaching a skill for cash, less worry, more wonder. That's your renaissance taking shape. Here's my spin. Because I've got to get real with you, this isn't retirement, it's your prosperous encore. Too many Sags your age, and I've held their hands through this, think the curtain's dropping. But you're stepping center stage, with bigger paychecks and bigger smiles. Picture it, a year from now, you're flipping through a scrapbook of your latest adventure, funded by your own savvy, or gifting a grandkid a college boost without blinking. That's Jupiter's promise, not a fade out, but a fanfare. Look at Tanya, 64, she started a knitting circle that turned into $1,500 a month yarn sales. Or my Sag mentor, 62, who sold old travel photos online, $600 in 3 months. And she's plotting a cruise. This isn't luck, it's you meeting the stars halfway. So, my friend, this is your wealthiest act yet, financially, joyfully, fully yours. The curtain's up, what's your opening line? IV. Tailored advice for Sagittarius women, 45 to 65. Okay, my wise Sags, we're at the heart of our Zodiac Wisdom chat, where we trade cosmic dreams for boots on the ground advice. You're between 45 and 65, with a treasure chest of experience and a soul craving a renaissance. Let's make it happen, starting with awakening financial prosperity. Because your golden years deserve to glitter. Awakening financial prosperity. First, turn passion to profit. Your hobbies are moneymakers. Gardening, crafting, teaching, they're not just pastimes, they're paychecks. Sell at a local market or online. Etsy Trends, 2024, says 65% of sellers over 60 thrive with unique goods. My friend Ruth, 61, nets $800 a month from pottery she fires in her backyard kiln. Or take Lila, 58, who sells homemade jams, $600 monthly from farmers markets. Dust off that knitting needle or paintbrush, your hands hold wealth. Next, invest wisely, not hastily. Your Sag optimism can rush you. So slow down. Put $2 into a balanced mutual fund. Vanguard, 2024, says a 5% average return means $100 a year. By 70, it's $3,200, enough for that dream trip to Iceland. Or try bonds. $1 at 3% yields $30 annually. Growing quietly. I've seen Sags leap too fast. But you're seasoned. Research. Start modest. And let it compound. My neighbor Pat, 65. Did this with $500, it's now $750, funding her book club's wine nights. Teach and earn, your stories are valuable. Mentor younger women or host workshops, charge $50 an hour. 5 clients a month? That's $250 extra. My SAG friend Helen, 64. Made $1,200 last summer sharing baking tips, her cookie recipe's a hit. Or try online, Linda, 60. Tutors history via Zoom, pulling $900 monthly. Your wisdom's a currency, spend it. Simplify to multiply, downsize one expense. CNBC, 2024, says unused subscriptions drain $300 a year on average. Cancel that gym you don't use, redirect it to a Roth IRA for tax-free growth. I helped a 63-year-old SAG, Beth, cut $400 annually. She's now saving for a pottery wheel. Less clutter, more cash, it's that simple. Relationships. Swap money tips with peers. My SAG neighbor's coffee chats with a friend led to a $5 joint venture. They're selling handmade soaps now. Your circle's a gold mine, tap it over tea or a walk. 2 minds spark brilliance. Self-care. Paint or journal to spark ideas, creativity unclogs financial blocks. You'll feel lighter and richer. Look at Clara, 59, her watercolor sketches turned into a $1 a month Etsy gig after a quiet afternoon painting. Or take my SAG aunt, 62, a forest walk inspired a $700 herb garden sale. This isn't fluff, it's fuel for your renaissance. Versus conclusion, your renaissance of riches. My radiant Sagittarius, as we close this Zodiac Wisdom journey, let's linger in this golden glow. You're between 45 and 65, not slowing down, but cashing in on Jupiter's promise. This isn't a fade into the sunset, it's a renaissance of riches. Where your wisdom weaves with wealth. You've built a life, a business, a home, a legacy, and now it's blooming into something that's yours alone. Financially and soulfully. Look back, 2025 to 2026's cosmic dance is showering you with rewards. Your world's ripe for purpose. And prosperity's yours if you grab it. This isn't for the faint-hearted, it's for you. A woman who's lived enough to know what lasts. Money isn't just security, it's freedom to travel, to give, to smile wider. I've seen SAGs like Maria fund adventures with a nonprofit. Ruth turned clay into $800 a month. You've got that magic too. It's not chance, it's you meeting the stars song. So, here's your nudge. What's one wealth building step you'll take? Maybe it's listing that quilt online, or sipping tea with a friend to plot a venture. Perhaps it's $100 in a fund. Watching it grow, make it yours, scribble it down, pin it up, do it. You're the queen of this chapter. With Jupiter as your crown. This isn't dreaming, it's crafting. With the savvy to make it real. I believe in you, Sagittarius, not just because the cosmos cheers, but because your strength shines. You're not here to drift, you're here to dance. With a life and a ledger that sing your tune. Embrace this renaissance. My friend, it's yours to reign. Until next time, keep your spirit bold and your heart rich. You're golden.